Y'all, I just took this tuna casserole out of the oven. It's made with potatoes. I call it my daddy's tuna casserole because he always made it growing up. We loved it. It's comforting. Sticks to your ribs with those potatoes, cheese, a lemony sauce, buttery, and some LeSueur English peas on the side. Or you can layer them in your casserole if you want to. So y'all stay with me and we'll make it together. First things first, we're going to start with 2 potatoes. Nice big Idaho potatoes. I'm cooking for 2 to 4 tonight. When my daddy would make this for us, we were a family of 5, and he would probably use a couple more potatoes. Now we're going to slice them. Maybe, what is that, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick, possibly. Something around in there. I want them to stay thick. We're going to boil them and put them at the bottom of our casserole dish. My daddy would do this with potatoes instead of pasta, and it was just so different, and I love it during cold weather, and it's so comforting. It really sticks to your ribs. We're going to put them on the stove to come to a boil. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. This is when you get your potatoes salty, so don't skip that part. I've got 3 cans of chunk light tuna in water. And so that's what we're going to make work tonight. And of course, if you're doubling the recipe, you just double the tuna. It's very forgiving. Opened and drained. Y'all, after these potatoes have been boiling for about 8 minutes, we're going to just strain them with a slotted spoon because we're wanting to save. Oh, y'all hear our oven? Get your oven preheating to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And anyway, we're going to keep our potato juice because this has got starches in it. And that's really going to help us make this really quick sauce. Fast, quick sauce. Okay, y'all, I reserved about 1.5 cups of that potato juice. It's nice and starchy, and it even has a little bit of giblets of potatoes in there. It's going to be perfect for making our creamy sauce. It's so fast. Put it back on the fire. We're going to add to this 1/2 stick of butter, or 1/4 cup. It's going to make it good, isn't it? I've got some parsley flakes. So good in there. Just maybe like a heaping teaspoon to a tablespoon. We're going to do some pepper. Really good. Remember, we salted our potato water, so it's pretty good. And my daddy would always use this Cavendars Greek. It has black pepper. It also has onion and garlic and parsley and some oregano. It's really good. So maybe about 1/2 teaspoon. You use as much as you want. I have got lemon zest. My daddy did not do that. You know, that wasn't real popular back in the 70s and 80s, but he did put the juice of a lemon. So we will do that. I had zested. Always remember to zest your lemon before you squeeze it, or it's going to be a hard time getting that zest off after that. It makes it so good, that tuna. You know, fish always loves lemon juice, doesn't it? Sure does. Cold water, and you do want cold water because if you add hot water and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, if you have self-rising, I think that'll work just fine. But if you put this flour directly into this hot potato juice, it's going to curdle, and you will never get a smooth white sauce. All right. We're going to pour and stir, just like that, and let it thicken. It is thickened. Y'all see how beautiful it is? I know y'all want to see, don't you? Look. Gorgeous, creamy white sauce. Lemony and buttery. Okay, now we're going to take our drained tuna, put it all on top of our potatoes evenly. That we're going to add this beautiful creamy white sauce. You may not use it all. This is the part you spoon it over evenly. Make sure some's over all your potatoes and tuna. You do not have to use it because then it'll be too soupy and you'll be baking it and baking it and baking it. That looks good to me, and there's somewhere around a half a cup left. So I will put in the recipe 1 cup of potato juice to start with, because I never write this recipe down, y'all. I just learned it from my daddy, and it's just one of those things. So we're gonna get it written. All right, now our favorite mystery block, right? I like to use a little cheese slicer. Slice you off some pretty thick slices. We want to be nice and cheesy and comforting, right? Yes. And you kind of shingle your cheese. You don't want any gaps. No, no, no. Let's say I'm putting nice thick, probably at least 1/2 inch slices on here. Ooh, y'all, it's looking good. It's been about 20 minutes. Do you see it bubbling nicely and the cheese is all melted? It's bubbly. It's gotten toasty on the corners. You can let it get even toastier if you want, but we are hungry. I want to show you these nice layers. We've got potatoes, the hot tuna, and the cheese. Growing up, we always had them served with English peas, and we use the canned LeSueur brand. They're nice and small and sweet. You can layer them in the tuna casserole as well. My daddy never did that, so we just served them on the side, but sometimes I put them in there. Y'all enjoy.